so some more interesting ones from the list.
Mm-hmm.
Why does my dog stare at me?
Ooh,
That's
she's
one of the
she's staring at me right now.
Yeah.
That's because she thought I had food on me.
Yeah.
Because I did this.
You touched that treat bag.
And there she goes.
And there she goes.
But now she's looking at me because she has been taught to look at me though, instead of the food.
Yeah, absolutely. First game we play
It is.
in our courses, eyes on me. Because if the dog's looking at you and watching you, you can actually train the dog.
Yeah.
If it's ignoring you and looking out the window or just playing, pretending you're not there, how can you train it? So
Yeah,
we
well,
need that looking at me. But why do dogs? It's fascinating actually because one of the differences between dogs and wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Because dogs have evolved, because they've evolved in company with man, they've become domestic animals, they've become linked with man, with humans, then they've learned to look at us, they've learned a lot of our human ways, and they've learned the best ways, let's face it, to manipulate us, let's be honest.
Yes, I know that I'm very, very well trained.
Yeah, I think we all are. All of us are trained by our dogs. It's one of the beauties of having them, I think. Yes, you're looking at me. So good.
Fast asleep.
Yeah. We've got two dogs looking at us now. I don't know if you can see that from the other camera. Possibly Gus is a little bit out of focus there. He might not be caught in. But anyway. Yeah, our dogs look at us because we can give them something. And we often respond to that gaze. We respond by giving them attention, by looking, touching, speaking. We respond by giving them food. We're doing good things, like just sitting and watching us. Oh, look at she looking at me. Isn't there a song or a film about that? Watching you, watching me.
ABBA.
ABBA. That's right.
Watching
me. Da-da.
Something you, something me.
Yeah, something I can't
One
remember
of the
now.
two.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, watching, so important. So gaze, fascinating. And the beauty about dogs is that they can follow human gaze.
Right.
So you'll often find if you go and stare out the window, you'll find your dog next to you going, what are you looking at? Who's there? It's one of the beauties. I love that. So they will actually follow where we're looking to see what we're interested in. We can also use gestures, because our dogs look at us, they can actually then follow a pointy finger. That's something wolves can't do.
Right.
This was a little investigation about a year ago by a brilliant Italian group who were doing loads of interesting research on dogs. And they wanted to see how much the dog would want or accept a human's help to find things. And they tried
Right.
wolves against dogs. And basically the wolves just completely ignored the human and did their own thing and couldn't learn at all and never got the food. Whereas dogs went, well, I can't get it myself, can you help me? And looked at the human, who was then able to help by pointing. Because if our dogs are watching us, are you watching? What's that over there? And you see, as soon as I point somewhere, the dog looks. Absolutely
Over there?
specific to dogs.
Good girl.
If we had wolves in here, they wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Good. I'll give you a treat for
That's
that.
so good.
Just for
I know,
you
just because we like giving treats, eh?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Come back.
So yeah, fascinating. You had
Absolutely.
great fun with your dog, actually teaching it to watch fingers and follow fingers.
But I quite often use that with her with nose work.
Yeah, absolutely.
If she's lost, she looks at me and I say, it's that way, or it's that
Absolutely.
way.
Yeah, we all use that in nose work. Nose work class is 4th Saturday afternoon of the month. Do ask us to look on the website if you're interested.
If you're close enough, obviously.
But it's quite good fun. You can play silly games with it. You can teach silly things, like you can teach a dog. If there's 2 things on the floor, 2 cups, you can teach a dog to go to one particular
Go
one
to this side or that
or the
side.
other side. Yeah. So many things we can do with pointing. But to do that, we need them to stare at us. So yeah, they stare at us,
Good girl.
trying to understand us. And sometimes those little heads cock to the side when we're talking, because you don't know what's going on. Yeah, that's so good. Nice. Treats for
Let's look
both.
at me. Oh. Oh. Hey, just look at me. Me to be.
No, but I got a food.
But I was getting food. And then you got dessert. Tippy, catch. Good girl.
There. So looking.